Hey everyone! I am so excited about being back, spreading all this love. I have missed y'all so much. I am sitting here with my brother. Y'all remember him as my co-host, but now he is my guest co-host because he started his own ventures. But we're going to dive into that in a few. But brother Nance had joined me today for my relaunch of my show, which is amazing because who is better to be my guest co-host but him?
Yeah, let's talk love. You already know.
Yes. So let's talk love. I changed the format, changed the platform. So we are here to share love stories. It could be in business, entrepreneurship, community advocacy, families, mental health, physical health, whatever it is that brought you to fall in love. You could have fallen in love with yourself or whatever work that you have dived into. But I want to hear that love story because we are all on this path.
I like the direction the show is going. I like it. I like the let's talk love.
Yes, because we are all driven by something.
Right.
So we need to get to the root of what drives us so that we can perhaps motivate others because there might be someone out there that is struggling with whatever that we're going to talk about on the show. So I want to be that inspiration. I want to empower someone, perhaps one person at least.
That's what it's about. It's about empowering people.
Yes, it is. So with Brother Nance on today because he is all into that healthy mindset, that healthy mind, body, and spirit aspect of life. He don't know, but he have taught me so much.
What? I told you something. You know what?
Yes.
I know what's the funny why it was a good day today.
See, that's why I'm like telling him stuff because it goes to his head. But he have taught me so much. Had me really deep like self-reflect about myself, especially within the last 6 months.
Yeah, your glow is looking amazing.
Yes,
I can tell. I can tell that you've been really listening. And doing application. Application work.
Yeah, so definitely have been listening. That's my big bro. So for him on here today to drop some gems, we're gonna talk about how he keep aligned with his mind, body, and soul. We're going to talk about love as is. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship, his love life, if he got one, because he loved talking about the lack of. So
I love the ladies. I just don't currently. It's not what I'm engaging in right now. I'm falling in love with my goals right now.
But yes. So we're going to talk about these goals. Let's start with your goals, which you've been working on, because I don't think we've seen each other.
I haven't seen each other in a while. We see each other on Facebook, but we haven't seen each other in person. So I'm working on a cafe right now with two of my wonderful business partners. Shout out to Marcus Hatton and Kirsten.
Yes, vegan, right?
Yeah, plant-based. We don't subscribe to the veganism, but plant-based cafe. We're gonna be doing juices, smoothies, herbs. A community space. It stands on three pillars. High quality. No, that's my old company. High quality, affordability, accessibility. That's helping people juice.
Okay.
That's that lifestyle cafe. We still stand on three pillars: community, culture, and wellness. We want to make our place inviting for the people to come get educated, not only what they're drinking in their body, or what they're putting in their body, but why it's important to live a healthier lifestyle. So we just want to bring something to these people.
So you provide an education?
Always.
Because I always used to, because I do a plant-based diet as well, but I'm not consistent with it. But I never wanted to label myself as a vegetarian or vegan or what have you, because I just indulge in healthy eating all around.
Yes, so that's how I am.
So I love that you I'm not going to put that label.
Yeah, no, because I want to. Because a lot of people struggle with when they hear the word vegan, they think that one, they don't have no flavor, or two, there's a bunch of fake products and stuff like that. So I don't like to kind of scare people. I try to meet people where they are. So meeting people where they are, saying plant-based, that's something a little bit more conversational. Like, what do you mean plant-based?
Exactly.
When somebody say vegan, you kind of already got your preconceived notions, stereotypes with it. You don't even want to hear what I have to say. If I say plant-based, like, oh, what do you mean plant-based, my brother? Like, oh, that's what I mean, brother. Like, see, me, I'm not all the way plant-based. I mean, I do, but I eat fish every now and again. I eat how I feel.
Me too. Yeah.
I eat how I feel. You
right.
know what I mean? But everybody's constitution is different. I just tell people to eat to your body's constitution.
Exactly. I love that though. So when is your cafe planning on?
Well, inshallah, April the 1st.
Okay.
Either way, April the 1st, we're gonna do a soft launch.
Okay.
probably like April the 15th full launch, with the health department. You're opening a business as well. So I know
Yeah.
that you know about the fire inspection and things just
Yeah.
going a little, taking a little
Slow.
longer, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But sometimes the
definitely.
delay is good, because sometimes we wait on our blessings. I'm just waiting, being patient. This is
I'm
where I'm testing. I'm getting tested right now, you know what I
and
mean?
I said that as well. Like, you know what, everything is happening
For
for
a
a
reason,
reason. So
yeah.
I'm gonna just go with the pace because once I open, it's gonna be amazing.
Mhm.
So just being patient with it. So I completely understand that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like it's been a journey. By April the 15th, hopefully we'll be fully open to the
Okay.
public, where though people can. Right now, people can order online at legendarylifestylecafe.com.
And
So
I can contest your food is amazing.
thank you, I appreciate
And
it.
I love me some vegan plant-based food, but I think yours by far have been
I
the
appreciate
best
that.
that I have tasted
I ain't paid
thus
her to say
far.
that. I ain't paid her
No,
to
he
say
did
that.
not pay
I
me
ain't
to
paid her to
say
say that.
that. I am telling you the
No,
honest
you know
truth.
why? You know why? Because we try to put love in our food. You know what I'm saying? Like everything we do is prepared with love. Like we don't, energy transfer when you're making products for people. Like I tasted your puddings for the first time today. I don't even know what pudding is made out of, but that pudding was slamming. You know what I mean? And
Thank you.
I want to carry that in my space when you make the vegan one. You know what I mean? Or the
Yes.
plant-based one. You know what I
Yes.
mean? But you making other products, so man. But you know how it is. I'm just looking forward to just bringing it to the people.
And I think when you're passionate about what you're doing, it gives you the best results possible.
It does.
So
You gotta be passionate about what you're doing, and then, like I said, your energy gotta be right. 'Cause when you're making consumable products, beer, butters, or whatever you make, your energy has to be good because it transfers into your products.
no,
And I mean, if
absolutely.
you give me a candle and your energy is bad towards me or whatever, then that energy is transferred into that candle, and then I don't
Right.
even know you know what I mean?
No, true.
For real.
Absolutely. So what are these goals that you're working on? You said you've fallen in love with your goals. So
Well, just one of my major goals is just being a better dad and a father to my son. My son is living with me now, so that's my
oh,
number one
oh,
goal.
we have not talked.
Yeah,
Okay.
my son lives with me.
So how is that
It's
going?
been going amazing. It's been amazing. Throughout we on week 3.
Okay.
So going on week 4 coming up, almost a month.
Okay.
The first 2 weeks you're readjusting. You just new routines, you know what I mean? 'Cause we got goals. He'll be 18 this year, so his mom came through yesterday to visit to see space and just to build for a second. You know what I mean? Pick him up or whatever. And I said he wrote his goals on. I put a piece of paper on my wall and I said, yo, I told him a couple weeks ago. I said, whenever you're ready, let's sit down and write your goals. The other night he just was out there busting his goals down, writing them on his piece of paper. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm falling in love with right now. One of my main goals is just making sure that I'm being emotionally available for him, putting him first, building my schedule around him because for many years I put everything else before him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so now I realize that part was missing, and you can't ask a child or anyone to build anything if you don't give them the tools to know how to build it. You know what I mean?
No, that is true.
Being the most available.
No, I
That's
got
one
a
of my
Dutch
goals.
kid, so I know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
And one of my other goals is it's not what I want to do as far as going back to school. I've been toying around with a few things. I don't know if I want to go into more leadership capacity type of programs or degree path. I don't know if I even need a degree for what I want to do. So I feel like I'm on a God mission. So I feel like me going back to school with me just be trying to still live in the system that I'm actually trying to get out of. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I get it.
so I'm not really, if I go to school, it wouldn't be for me to work for someone else. It would be for me to build or gain
Enhance
more,
what you have.
or gain more power. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because power and influence, when you got influence, you have power. When you have influence and power, you most likely you accumulating money because you organizing people and things around you. That's what leadership is about.
No, definitely. And I agree with the education part because, I was in graduate school and then my father passed away. So that kind of like stopped at a heart. And then now I'm like sitting here like,
Do I really want to
do
go
I
back?
really want to go back? Because honestly, like everything had been happening like amazingly in my life. Like I just got promoted on my job. I haven't really told anyone yet.
Nice.
But now I'm managing a whole program at my job,
Nice.
which I did not. I never foresee me like doing. Like it was my girlfriend pushing me like apply, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply, and I got it. So okay.
It was already for you pre-planned. That's why she was telling you to apply.
Yeah. So and I'm sitting here like, do I not? So I do understand that, like, if I go back to school, well, if I finish up my master's degree, what am I using it for?
Exactly.
So.
And then one of my goals that I'm currently working on aggressively is my credit and financial health. That's one of my major goals this year. I'll be 45 this year. So I'm falling in love with
Okay.
understanding the process of understanding how money works and just preparing for the next wave of what I'm gonna be doing, especially and the capacity to which I'm going to be earning as I'm working on, improving my credit.
So let me ask you a question because I'll be 40 this year. So do you think like with each milestone that you hit, you're reflecting like, okay, I could have done this and now I need to go
Well,
harder and do this, or are you
well,
satisfied with how things have been?
well, to answer your question, I mean, I don't really spend too much time. Now, when I was younger, I may have spent more time in the past on
Hmm.
what could have, should have, this, that, and the third. But as I've gotten older, the would have, could have, should have are not even in my.
And
It's about
vocabulary.
what's right now and
Right.
what's ahead. You know what I mean? And what things I've learned or building blocks I have learned from the past as I hit those milestones. Because it's never about anyone else or any situation. It's about yourself and what you learned and how you built. You know what I mean? So for me, I mean, I've been kind of pretty consistent. You know what I mean? Like, I really never was like, oh, at this milestone, I'm going to be doing this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to be this way, or I'm going to be married, or I'm
Right.
going to have a house, or I'm going to do this. My life ain't never been like that. I never was
Right.
a milestone type of guy. Like, it was like, all right, I turned 25. I just want to be moving differently. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? For things I want to, how I want to see, how I see the world. Same thing with 40, pushing 45. Like, I'm not looking at 45. I'm looking at 50. In my mind, I'm thinking about, bro, these next moves you making, financial health, owning a building, starting a business, forming partnerships, things like that, getting your son, putting in position. You know what I mean? I'm looking at my positioning myself for 50. Because when I turn
Hmm.
50, I want to be leaving America, period. You know what I mean? Just to be going
Oh
building,
yeah, I heard that.
yeah,
Yeah.
building retreats in other places, having homes in other places. I'm starting working on a project right now with a good friend of mine in Jamaica. We looking to get a property in Jamaica right now. So that's why I say aggressively focusing on my financial health and my credit, things like that. Just really building with people that got genuine love for me, you know what I'm saying? And not just because it's an exchange, you know what I mean? Just because it's genuine love for each individual person. So yeah.
Oh, I'm
Uh-huh.
so proud of you. I
Uh-huh.
just see the growth.
Uh-huh.
I be playing with brother Nance mine, but we have a deeper relationship outside of
Absolutely.
this. So I really do
Absolutely.
see the growth and the
Absolutely.
maturing.
I'm just trying to be better. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be better. Each level, each time you grow, you go to learn, something goes to grow. You know what I mean? So to
Right.
answer your question, I don't be reflecting too much on situations or things. It's more self-reflection. Like, bro, you was right here, now you right here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't be like, damn, well, why was I right there? Be like, no, yo, you was right there. Now you right here, and you going there. So the unknown is what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? And when you and to be this age and still have that drive, you know what I mean? I'm just blessed to still have vision. I thank God every day that I still have vision. I still have ideas. I still have the energy to do the things that, I'm required to do on my mission.
So on that note, we're gonna take a quick break and
Okay.
we're gonna come back to discuss what Juan is actually in love with now.
What I'm in love with now, I can tell you there ain't no woman. I can tell you that for sure. You know what I mean? Peace and power. Love y'all.
And hey, we are back talking Let's Talk Love with Brother Nance, aka my brother Juan in real life. So we are going to I guess we can talk about the conversation we was having behind scenes because that was getting kind of juicy though. You know?
It is Let's Talk Love.
So we're gonna talk about your little love life or lack of.
It's never a lack because the self-love is the as-is love is what I focus on. So the as-is love is what I'm focusing on.
So let's focus on that as-is love. Brother Nance uses hashtag as-is love a lot. Title of his book. Uh-huh. So we want to explore as-is love and what made you come up with that concept.
Well, it's a two-folded concept, right? Okay. So the first concept was, accepting yourself as you are in the mirror, right? No matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? So that way you can know what to build upon, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of times we look in the mirror and we're thinking about either the past that we talked about earlier, or we're so much in fantasy world, we're not in reality on how to build from where we currently are, whether it's your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health, whatever it is when you see yourself in the mirror, okay. You know what I mean? Just accepting that as is, understanding about yourself, because you can't love anyone else if you don't fully love yourself. You know what I'm saying? The other one, it was inspired by one of my, former girlfriends, you know what I mean? Okay. It was inspired by her because she was a dope human being, you know what I mean? And she made me feel loved again, you know what I mean? She was very thoughtful, and I liked that, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I'm a fourth, you know what I mean? I got me a little Father's Day gift, like, you know what I mean? Okay. So it was inspired by her, you know what I mean? I was just like, man, I said, but I thought she accepted me as is, but she didn't. You know what I mean? A lot, and like we was having in the discussion, a lot of times people when they meet you, you know what I mean, and as you're learning them, and like we were saying, you will make time for what you want to make time for, right? Right. And right now I'm goal chasing. Yes, I love female energy. I need female energy. I need the balance.
But that's not your main focus.
That's not, and I think it's unfair for me to even put myself or any, cause when I feel like I'm pressured, then I don't perform well in my personal life, in relationship, anything. You know what I mean? Because it makes me feel like I feel obligated. You shouldn't feel obligated. Like relationships and love are supposed to be natural. You know what I mean? It shouldn't feel forced. You know what I mean?
But this go back to what we was discussing while we was off camera. Like you said, you make time for what you want to make time for. But also as human beings, I don't think we're truly truthful about who and what we want when it comes to who we share our life with.
But I don't think the thing about it is, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think deep down you know what you want, but some of us are too afraid to. And I'm speaking from personal experience, because I know for a fact, for me, for the longest, I knew exactly what I wanted in a partner. And when it comes to my personal relationship, but I didn't want to seem like I'm imposing what I want on that individual.
Well, I can relate to that because the last friend that I was with, she told me that, she asked me, she said, well, why don't you let people love on you? Like, why you don't let people love you? Right. You know what I mean? Like, why do you
have this barrier up?
But it's not really a barrier. It's like I just told you, if I feel a little bit of anxiousness, if I feel like I'm pressured, and then it's like I try to do my best to unpressure myself, you know what I mean? And it's not the best approach, but that's why I said, well, let me just take a break, because there's no need to continue this cycle.
So when you get close, when you feel like you're getting close, you kind of back off.
Yeah, because I got other things I'm trying to do, and I don't really have time to get that close. Because I know when we get that close, it's only going to get closer. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more responsibilities. And right now, I got too many responsibilities on my plate right now. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's why I'm single right now. I'm chilling.
You chilling.
I'm actually loving my peace of mind at this point. You know what I mean?
So what happens when you get to where you gonna get with your business and what your status? Because I know with you, it's not about money. It's about status.
It's really about
not status, but like levels.
Yeah, it's a level. It's a level that I'm looking to obtain for my own personal peace. You know what I'm saying?
So what happened when you get to all of that and you find yourself not sharing it with someone?
I have a child. I have a mother. I have. You know
no, it's not the same.
No, I know it's not the same. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me explain this, right? as you're going up levels, you're going to be meeting people along the way, right?
I understand all of this complete. Go ahead and finish. Okay.
You're going to be meeting people along the way. And I'm a very sociable brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not worried about, is it going to be difficult for me to engage or find a woman that I like? I won't be able to see her until I can see myself first. You know what I mean? So when I fully get to my level where I'm at, it's going to be easy for me to see who I desire and who I want. Or maybe it may be someone from my past that I may be even be ready for. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? I just know that every spirit that you meet in your path is part of your path. And if it was a meaningful connection that was a life connection, or if it was a moment, you have to understand what the moment was for. So for me, I know once I get to the level at which, because my life ain't never about no money. I'm not driven by money.
I know,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm driven by, like I said, I'm driven by influence. You know what I'm saying? And being able to influence others, whether it's kids, adults, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so, maybe lose my thought because I was just flowing just now, but but no, for real, that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I get to where I'm at, I think I'll be able to see the landscape of the type of woman that I want. You know what I mean? And I need somebody that's just equally as powerful as me, equal as fly as me. I like a fly woman. And I'm not, at first I try to look on the inside. People like, yo, stop looking on the outside, look on the inside. I try to look on the inside. That don't work for me. I need to have both.
But that goes
I need in and out. Like, I know what I like.
But that goes back to me saying we're not truthful about what we truly
I know what I like.
Want.
I know what I like.
But did you just realize that? Or no, because like you said, everybody kept on telling you
everybody kept trying to pressure like, you need to look on the inside of
but why listen to other people if you know what you like?
Because the outside wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? Like, the outside,
no, I understand what you're saying. Because no, and I'm only saying this again because of experiences that I have that I went through. It's like we tend to listen to what society or like our close family or friends have to say about what they perceive is good for us.
Right.
But in reality, we know deep down what's good for us. And if we just tap into that and be like, all right, forget what everybody else says, just block out all this noise and do what makes what I know would add to my happiness, because I'm a true believer. Nobody cannot make me happy. They can add to my happiness.
Exactly.
Then I will be okay.
And then right now, I'm not even being a good friend to some of my female friends. You know what I mean? Just because of where I'm at, and it's not fair to them. You know what I mean? So I feel bad, but I understand that this is part of my growth cycle too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I may lose friendships and relationships and things like that.
But that's part of life, though.
Yeah, but some of these friends and people that I hold dear to my heart, and will forever hold dear to my heart. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's all about timing. And right now, I can't afford no more pressure than the pressure that I'm putting on myself that only I sleep with every night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even though you may be in a great relationship now, your mate has things and pressures that he want to do for himself that you don't even know about, even though y'all may talk about everything.
And that's
why, the drive, your inner drive.
Yeah, but that's why I think we're such in a better place now, because we allow each other to focus on individually what we need to do. It's not always about doing things collectively together. Because at the end of the day, like, what adds to your happiness is what you do to make you happy, not what anyone else contribute to that or anything else. So I think a lot of people get it misconstrued when they're in a relationship, because we all been a victim of falling into what the other person is doing or what they like, or vice versa. Falling in lust. So it's not about what they want or what they do to make them happy. It's about what you want and what makes you happy.
And that's a miserable life. And like I said, I'm looking for right now, anything around me has to be organic. I want an organic sexual relationship. I want a natural sexual relationship. I want a natural relationship. I don't want nothing to be forced. If it's forced, I don't want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I said. I'm not looking at like, it's 45. I'm not married. I still be bagging them at, you know what I'm saying? Like, different age ranges. You know what I mean? And I don't be even trying. They be coming to me. You know what I mean? I'm choosing to be cool, and I put people in categories. Like, you my sister, you my sister. Once I put you in the sister category, I don't even look at you like that. Even if you can be the most gorgeous woman in the world, I put you in categories so I can know how to compartmentalize it for myself, for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because, people like being around each other. People, I see it a lot where, people force commonalities because you're in the same space or same work.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean you have that's your soulmate. That doesn't mean that's your soulmate.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean your soulmate because we do the same type of work or engagement or we, you know what I mean? That doesn't make you my soulmate. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at this point, it's not even a soulmate, it's about spirit mate. It's about complementary. About being somebody to compliment me. You know what I mean? Right. I need somebody to compliment me. I don't have to. I shouldn't have to tell you how to dress at this point. If we going somewhere, you shouldn't have to tell me how to get together. You shouldn't even have to tell me how to eat or nothing.
But and like you said, like how your ex, you thought that she accepted you for who you were, but in reality, that wasn't the case.
Because I was still dealing with some demons that I didn't realize I was dealing with, right, that I pushed on her and I didn't realize.
But it's also about acceptance of one another as well. Absolutely. Because I always like preach to women all day long, like you cannot change a man, you cannot change them, you cannot change them, you cannot change them. So if you're accepting who they are for what they are, then that's who you should or you want to be with. But a lot of people think that they can get into a relationship, change that person to mold them into what they perceive, what they need or want in their life, and it just turns out bad.
But I also think that people don't know what other people's triggers are from their past.
And that's true too. But that goes back to like communicating and really getting, because I was just at an event earlier. I was a panelist. Shout out to Karina's Place. She throws amazing. Yeah, there's a mental health organization. She does these amazing events once a month, and it centers around like mental health issues. So this event in particular was about letting it go. And letting it go could be anything from toxic relationships,
things that you have in a house that you don't even realize you have in a house. Exactly. Relationships. Yeah. It could be as small as a pair of socks somebody bought you that you know got a hole in it. Why are you keeping it?
Exactly.
You feel what I mean?
And that stuff can really like be in the back, like really trigger you and keep you at a standstill from like moving on. And people don't even like see that. So.
And you don't walk around with any harboring any ill feelings or hate. Like I don't hate or I don't dislike any of the women I've ever dealt with. You know what I mean?
Don't either, because people like even my story about my past relationship with my ex that was abusive, and like I know in the beginning like I hated him like like I probably could see him and like had flashbacks of killing this man for everything that he put me through. But as I began to heal and begin to really reflect on everything, and I had to. Again, it goes back to accountability. Me taking into accountability of what I have contributed.
Don't that feel freeing though?
It does feel freeing because I don't think okay, we all play a part in whatever situation or scenario that we're in, regardless of if it was like inadvertently or inadvertently. So it's still you got to take accountability. Like, granted, I would never place blame on me in the abuse that was indulged on me. But I do realize that I could have left. Certain things could have not have exceeded the way that it did. I seen the red flags. I ignored it.
Somebody was talking about red flags. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and I talked about red flags not too long ago in a Clubhouse group.
Okay.
But it's like you just have to take into accountability what your part was in that situation, whatever it may be.
That's what I tell people all the time. It's never about anyone else. You know what I'm saying? It's always about you. Like I realized after being out of my marriage that neither one of us was emotionally available for each other. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't catering to each other's needs or love languages. Not because we didn't want to. We had our own shit going on. You know what I mean? And when you have your own thing going on and there's no communication, you know what I mean, and you are, creating things and stories in your mind, then you're just coexisting with somebody. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And so that's why I say, like, I wish the best for any woman I dealt with. You know what I mean? Just because, like, it's never them. You know what I mean? Right. Hopefully they'll find something out of it that they can do better for themselves. But I thank them for allowing me to level up me some more. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's why when you asked the question earlier, like, where am I at currently? Like, I'm still on the AJ's love journey because I realized, like, I had like 3 girlfriends in like 1 year. That's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's like me I'm just accepting whatever. Like, oh, yeah, you like me, I like you. You know what I mean? Nah, that's not cool. That's not mature. That's not nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let me take this time, fall back. You know what I mean? And take some time to really, and like I said, the last woman told me, she said, I want to take some time to heal, brother. She said, take some time to heal. She said, let somebody like, she said, I'm gonna be here, but I ain't gonna wait for you forever. You know what I mean? I said, I respect that. You know what I
And
mean?
self healing is the most important thing.
I'm in the shadow work phase. I already did the mirror work. I'm doing the shadow work now.
Okay.
The stuff that people don't see that, you know what I mean? Just think you battle with at night. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm in the shadow work. The mirror work is easy. I passed that part. I've been in the mirror for years. The shadow
Oh,
work
I
is what
like
people
that.
avoid. You know what I mean?
No, that's
Seriously, the
deep.
shadow work is what people avoid. You know what I
I
mean?
think
Shout
I'm
out to
in
my
the midst
sister
of
in
the
DC
shadow.
that put me and her had a great conversation about that today. You know what I
I
mean?
like that. I never thought about that.
Yeah, the
I think
shadow
I'm in the
work.
shadow work
Yeah,
with
you in the shadow
therapy.
work phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mirror work is easy. You see yourself. It's about accepting what you see.
Right.
It takes people many years to accept themselves and
No,
what they
that's
see.
true.
You know what I mean? I passed that. I accept where I'm at, who I am, what I do, who don't like me, why they don't like. I don't care about none of that. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like I'm at the point now where I'm doing the shadow work on the things that I know that I internally battle with, or the things that keep me up at night, or whatever it may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the hard work. That's the work that people don't see, and that's the work that's really the next step to freeing you to have your full understanding. When we're talking about let's talk love and finding love and all that healing and all that. That's where it starts. Once you face those shadows, then you can move accordingly. You know what I mean? I'm not no good for a person right now. You know what I mean? Just because of the work that I'm currently doing. You know what I mean? And no one can help me with that but me.
And I
You know what I
commend
mean?
you for
Yeah.
because not too many people can like come
Yeah.
to that conclusion
Absolutely.
that okay, I'm not good for anyone
Absolutely.
else, so I'm gonna
Absolutely.
just back
I have a
off and
son.
stick
I'm
to
trying to be good
myself.
for my son. If I can't be good for my son, my grandmother told me a long time ago. She said, she said, a woman can tell a lot about a man on how he treats plants. If you
Hmm.
can't take care of your plants, you know what I mean? And you can't nurture your plants and you can't take care of something that's taking care of you indirectly, you know what I mean? It says a lot about you. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So
definitely.
that's why I'm a plant daddy now. I'm doing more
You're a plant
holistic things. The
daddy.
plant barber,
Okay.
plant daddy, you know what I mean? Cooking, taking care of plants, you know what I mean? Taking care, good foods and all that, you know what I mean? So I'm just enjoying this piece of time, this peace of mind time, this reflective time, enjoying this time with my son. Any woman that connect with me at this point, it's about just building friendship. It's about building positive
We
energy.
we got a call.
We got a call.
Oh, we're gonna take a quick little break real
Oh, man,
fast.
let's talk love.
Well,
You know,
yes, this is
baby.
getting juicy. We will be back
Man.
in a few minutes.
Peace and power. You already know. Now, my life ain't
We are back. Thank you all for joining in with us. I am joined again with my good brother and friend, Brother Nance. We are talking about some real shit right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So we was just talking about, I guess, relationships.
I mean, just relationships building.
Building.
One thing that I would like to speak about just briefly, I don't get too deep into it. You know, the world has shaped people to the place where as though um, you can't even have your own opinion. Like if we don't agree with something, it's like the end of the world. It's like,
right.
and I'm just using this Coming to America movie as an example, right?
Oh.
I haven't even watched it yet, right?
You haven't?
But hold up though,
okay.
let me explain. When I first knew that they was doing a part 2 and I saw the trailer, I was just
excited
because the response I saw was funny. So I wasn't looking at the movie to be like, this is about to be the next, teach me how to be the next revolution of being a black person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whether I like it or I don't like it or I do, that's my opinion. You know what I mean? And
no,
it's not going to stop
right.
my flow. Like, I'm watching people like go crazy. Like, well, if you don't like that, you're not about black. If you like it, then you're not about black liberty. Right. What are you even talking about?
Yeah, I've been
you know what I mean? So it's like,
comments.
Like it just the Willie Lynch letter is like still prevalent,
right,
on so many ways.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I just want to bring it up because it just made me think like, we're talking about love but we don't even know how to have a lovely exchange or a lovely debate. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I posted a picture with my son mother yesterday. It's not because I'm trying to get back with my son mother, but I knew that's what my son needed to see. You know what I mean?
But this is the thing that I don't, and I thought that was beautiful, by the way. Beautiful, because you know how I am before me and my ex got back together. Like I'm real big on co-parenting, and at the end of the day, it's about our kids.
Absolutely.
And what they
once you have a kid, you related.
Exactly.
No matter what.
So that was my whole thing too. Like I don't care what anyone say. You know that about me. But it's like I said before, people they feed into other people's opinions, what makes their life so like screwed up.
You start basing your life off of others instead of basing your life off your own decisions.
And then what
and that
you
can go to relationships too.
Exactly.
You base off yourself off. Like right now, I'm not settling. I'm not willing to settle.
And you
because I gotta. I feel lonely one day. No, I'm never lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always looking for the next wave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but people will settle. Just to say the
especially at our age.
Yeah,
they do. I
feel
like
it. I feel like I'm like I told you before, like I'm chasing the body I've never seen before. So I haven't even been my best self.
Right.
So if I'm getting all the love energy I'm getting now, wait till I become my full self. That's why I said attracting the woman that you want. That's going to be easy when you get where you want to be at, because you're discovering a new person. You're coming to the table whole, becoming a whole man, a whole woman.
But also, I do want you to know everything you said have been true, but I also want you to know that knowing you personally, you need a woman that can understand everything about you and accept.
I want to build with somebody. Like I don't want to. Like I want to build with somebody. Like I'm trying to build. Like I'm not talking about building no Louis Vuitton purse collection. I'm talking about building some properties and
legacy.
Yeah, legacy shit. Like I'm talking about like, yo, when I turn 50, 55, I'm out of here. Like it should be no problem. Like, well, you know what? We positioned ourselves, baby. Let's get out of here. Our empires are running over. Like that's what I want. I want somebody that's gonna compliment me. Like I help her, she helped me. If she's doing a project, I can help her with a project. You know what I mean? It ain't gotta be, if you can't, like a friend of mine said, if you can't feed me right, you can't lead me right. That goes beyond food. You can't feed my mind and my spirit. You can't lead me right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, and so being that I'm aware and I know my power and my value at this point, I'm not settling. You know what I mean? And so I just don't want to hurt nobody else's feelings along the way. That's why I'm chilling.
But that goes back to the conversation we had off stream when we said that men need to be more open about their wants and needs when it comes to developing.
You may want something you may want something temporarily. Like I've wanted all 3 or 4 of the women I've dealt with in the last 2 years.
Wanting and needing is 2 different things, Juan, when it comes to relationships. You wanted these women, yes, because something attracted you to these women.
If I could take a piece of all of them and make one.
But everything that you just talked about on the show today is what you need from a woman.
Yeah.
So have you ever disclosed what you needed with these women.
Absolutely. I am a straight up, I am a open book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably gonna say stuff that I ain't able to tell you. You know what I'm saying? That's how open I am. You understand what I'm saying? Like, right. It ain't that deep. It's a conversation. Nothing is that deep. Once you talk about it,
so once you told them, y'all are apparently didn't make it because y'all.
Some of it was me. You know what I mean? Some of it was different things. Some of it was my past catching up with me. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. You know what I mean? And everybody, is not built. Like I said, it ain't no what's the word I'm looking for? I've gained something better about myself out of each situation.
You're supposed to though. People don't realize that. Like I hate when I wouldn't say that I hate because I deal with women that have dealt with abusive relationships. So I try to get them to understand the lesson that each relationship or situation have with them. And like most of the women that I have been dealing with for a long time now, since I started my organization, I've seen the growth in them, but they don't see the growth in them. So having them realize, okay, it was this reason why you're in the position you are now. And once they see that, they're like, oh yeah, this is what made you stronger. So appreciate the lesson and move on from it. So everyone should have that mindset, like, okay, this didn't work. Yeah, it really does take time because it took me 10 years.
Like I made a post today about unhealed adults are destroying our children and destroying our community.
No, they definitely are. I could touch on that. Did you see that situation about the mother and son in the school system?
Yeah, I did a whole video on that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did a whole video on that. And because that's not a blame thing. That's just exposed how the whole system is broken. That's not a teacher thing. That's not a principal thing. That's not a district thing. That's a whole. Everybody got directives coming from other directives. You know what I'm saying? I worked at schools where they made you pass kids, and I was the teacher like, no, yo, I'm not passing that kid. Are you kidding me? Because that made me look weak. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, boy, you don't do your work, boy, I'm gonna fail you. Or did you fail? Did I fail you? You failed yourself. I failed myself, Mr. Nance. But then at the end, you trying to make me pass them? Nah, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? So again, it's so many factors on that. Like that's a whole. You have to have me on a whole.
I know.
Show.
Yeah, I definitely want to touch on that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But it just exposed a lot of different things. You know what I mean? It exposed the holes in the system. Same thing as this current wave we live in. It just exposed the disconnect that we have with ourselves, the disconnect that we have with our loved ones. We got to fix our household so we can fix anybody else. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about your household having to be together, but it has to be respect. If you don't want nobody disrespecting your child's mother or your child's father, how can you do it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that don't even make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing that my child mother can tell anyone. I've never allowed from my marriage to any other woman disrespect her or even feel like they could or none of that. It was always mutual honor, but amongst everyone. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? My child's mother was at my wedding, bearing gifts, her and her mother. Right. My friends looking like, well, this is about community family, bro. Exactly. Like, it's part of me. You know what I mean? Right. Like, regardless if you like it or not. You know what I mean? Like,
and I always say, at the end of the day, my kid's father is my family.
Yeah, we related.
So regardless,
once you have kids, you are related. Exactly. You know what I mean? Whether you like each other, you love each other, you don't. You're not. If you think you're gonna like somebody every day, that's not normal. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
You're not gonna like somebody every day. You know what I mean? Like, but as long as you love them, you'll be able to navigate through the things that you may not like. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm always in constant work in progress. You know what I'm saying? I'm always self-reflecting. I'm just preparing for my queen. I'm preparing for my goddess. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You know?
I'm so happy that you came on here today, Brother Nance, to share your love story. Do you want to tell these beautiful people how they can find you? Contact you.
Well, if you want to do some business with me, www.legendarylifestyle cafe. I'm currently not taking applications for lady friends right now.
Wait a minute.
It's like, no.
I'm thinking about doing a speed dating though.
I mean, I would just do it just for the hell of it. Not date nobody, nothing like that. Just to see it. Just to,
all right. I'm gonna keep you on mind.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
But I ain't cheap though. I'm just saying. You got to bid high for Brother Nance. Like, no. Anyway,
we said speed dating, not
an auction. I was out of bid.
No, it's not.
No, Wait a minute. www.legendarylifestylecafe.com. Please support our brand. Like I said again, we stand on 3 pillars: community, culture, wellness. You can find me on Instagram at legendaryjuicedoc. formerly Healthy People Juice, Legendary Juice Doc. I know some of y'all can't spell.
I cannot.
LEGENDARY Doc DOC. You know what I mean? Or you go to Brother Nance Inspires for my personal brand. You know, 'cause I got the best manager in the game. You know what I mean?
You got the best manager.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
And I am the host with the most, the real Tasha Mack. You can follow me on IG, real Tasha Mack. And you can also follow Let's Talk Love platform on IG and Facebook.
I just want to say I'm proud of you, Shorty.
You are. Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't mean to cut you off when you're trying. Just when you see your friends grow, you opening a business. I know your personal love story, so just to see, especially the fact that you were so connected with your dad, and we had conversations about that, and how you can't have no regrets about that because you loved on him more than could love along with somebody. So to have other people around you sharing that energy with you, it shows. You know what I mean? So continue to spread your path and spread your love through your platform. Let's Talk Love. So I'm honored to be your first guest. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you, Juan. See, you can be sweet.
Yeah, I'm a sweet dude. I don't understand my resume good. The women got to start to deal with me. You know what I mean? I can cook. I don't need you clean for me. You know what I mean? That takes care. I gotta keep it clean, crib. Take care of my plants.
Okay. Take care of your plants.
Got a little cat. My cat drink out the line drip. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you all for joining us on my first relaunch show. Let's Talk Love.
Let's Talk Love.
Please click on www.nickoftimemedia.com to catch any show that you may miss. To watch. Just please support me. I'm looking for sponsors. If you want to sponsor, please email me at let's talk love 5@gmail.com for sponsorship. We are looking for sponsors to continue spreading all this love.
Yeah, sponsor this show, man. Spread some love. You know what I mean? If you're a business, you should definitely want to sponsor. You know what
yes,
I mean?
definitely. Because I support all businesses. You know what I mean? Yes. So please. Thank you all for joining us. Oh, he's plugging. Thank you all for joining us. And till next time.